Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray and show number 499 as we head toward next week's show number 500. If you have not entered the 3 for 500 contest, you need to get your email in to me. Send me your name and your telephone number to lroutdoors@att.net. Boy, we got some great prizes are going to be given away. So right now, we are switching gears. I know we've been talking deer hunting and chronic wasting days and all that kind of things, but I needed to get somebody on that can talk a little bass fishing. I think this guy can do it. I mean,
yes, he can. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
And I love talking to guys that compete at the on the BASS Elite Trail. They are the finest bass fishermen on the earth, and I got to tell you something. It's so exciting to be able to personally talk to the competitors there, and they do such a good job and really help raise interest in the fishing industry.
Well, I know this guy, this young man, as I call him, young man. Anybody's young that comes on along with me, but he's known. My good friend Dave Mercer tagged him as the sleepy assassin for wearing pajamas to fish. And I got a picture of Austin Felix wearing those pajamas. I know he knows a lot about Harry Potter. He's a very interesting young man, a graduate of the University of Minnesota. He's got his degree. And he is right now, second in the points race in the Elite Series for Angler of the Year. He's also on his way to Rookie of the Year possibilities. And so on Outdoors with Larry Ray, welcome Austin Felix. Good morning, Austin.
Good morning, Larry. Good morning, guys. Glad to be here. Kind of upset I couldn't make it on that number 500 show, but hey, I'll take $4.99.
Hey, I tell you what, you'll take $4.99. I'm going to tell you, Austin, because you just brought it up, folks. I'm going to guess since Austin brought it up, I have picked out. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 featured guests over the last 499 shows that will be on next week's show, and we're bringing them back. And one of those, Austin, is our interview with Hank Cherry when he won the 2020 Bassmaster Classic. It is a classic. And, folks, we're going to start that show with the man himself, Cy and the Psychotics. Cy Robertson will be one of those interviews next week. But I wanted Austin to know that he almost made it, Austin. You're on the week before, that's for sure. But let's talk about it, Austin, about the year you've had. 5th at Chickamauga, 44-9, getting ready to go, as Ron Wong said before we went on there, the Texas Feast coming up in early November on Lake Fork. And the year that you've had, buddy, congratulations. Talk about it. I mean, was this the plan? I know when you were young, and your dad, I think, took you fishing. Another friend took you fishing. If I'm not mistaken, you started when you were like 14. So talk about what's going on in your life.
Yeah, it's been a dream of mine since I was a young teenager to fish on the Bassmaster Elite Series, and I've kind of worked my way up through college fishing into the Opens, and from Opens into the FLW Tour, and last year I was fortunate enough to qualify for the Elite Series. So this is my rookie year out here, and it's been working out about as good as I could have asked for it, to say the least. On these last couple events have made everything pretty dang interesting, to say.
Well, you know, when I think about this, Austin, you're probably fishing with some of your idols out there, folks that you looked up to when you started this thing all those many years ago. And I don't know how many Elite Series anglers there are from Minnesota, but you're carrying your state in a sport that a lot of people think about in the South and things along that line. But you've taken this to a level, I think, that they tell me that that you're where you want to be, but you're not there yet.
No, we got one more event far as fishing in Minnesota, I think it's a great opportunity to become a professional angler in Minnesota just because we have such a diverse population of lakes, and the fish tend to bite all year round. So you get to see a little bit of everything. You get to see all 4 seasons. As far as anglers, we got a ton of absolutely fantastic anglers up here. Not only Elite Series anglers between myself and Seth Fighter, and
yes, yeah.
But we have a handful of FLW Tour anglers, and over the last 5 to 10 years, I'd say there's a pile of guys coming into the opens from up here, and they're going to have a lot of success.
Well, it looks like you got 10,000 lakes, man. What do you think? I mean, you you got plenty of choices up there and everything with the season. Do you ice fish? I got to ask you that. You're an ice fisherman too?
No, not really.
All
I like
right.
to say I do it.
Okay.
I do it once every year or two just to remind myself why I don't go out there.
You just came up in my life there. You know, go out there and sit in that little shack and fish. You know, so you'd rather be in the action type thing. So talk about the image you got, man. I know Harry Potter. I mean, they told me that, and I told my granddaughter that, and she went nuts. She's now one of your fans. I mean, how did that develop? Because I know I asked my granddaughter, okay, who is Jenny Weasley, and who is this other guy named Weasley? And she said, well, that's anything is possible if you've got enough nerves, says Jenny. And now I know who Jenny Weasley is. So talk about that, man.
Yeah, I mean, coming from Minnesota, every drive I have is extremely long one. I'm talking my average trip to whatever any of these lakes is going to be north of 10 to 12 hours, pushing 19, 20. So listening to talk radio or listening to music all day, just I would get headaches driving long periods of time, and I found that listening to audiobooks instead kind of kept me engaged, and it was a lot more enjoyable. So I read all the books as a kid, but then I ended up getting them all on audiobook, and I kind of just run through them and just let them play, and I probably go through the entire series once, maybe twice a year.
Once or twice a year. Okay, yeah. And you've taken it. I mean, it's part of your image now. I mean,
I mean, it was a lot of people knew about it, and I decided it's best to just sort of lean into it because I do enjoy them so much. So I put a bunch of the more inspirational or funnier quotes from the books.
Yes.
Just stick them on my boat. And got golden snitch on my boat, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a cool rap you got.
Yeah, don't let the muggles get you down. I mean, I had to ask get that translated for me, you know, because I wanted to know what that is. Hey, we're talking to Austin Felix. Right now he's leading the Bass Elite Series Rookie of the Year race and second for Angler of the Year. And I know this part about you really, college fishing was important to you. So tell our listeners, we got a lot of kids out there listening to Austin this morning, and how important was that to fish that college circuit and learn the basics there?
Without college fishing, I probably wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now. Not only did it create a great group of friends all across the country, but it taught me that I could catch fish anywhere in the country. I had this misconception that I needed as much local knowledge everywhere as I have back home to compete, and it opened my eyes to the fact that as long as you have a good basic knowledge of how bass act, and if you know the regional things that different bass do different times of year, baits, colors, that kind of thing, you can compete anywhere around the United States. And it was really college fishing, having to branch out and fish the Detroit River, having to fish South Carolina, blueback herring lakes, having to fish Kentucky Lake and the TVA lakes, that kind of thing, that really opened my eyes that, okay, we can do this. We can make this a living.
And I think your college, you don't want to go back to Gander Mountain or as a tire technician, right? Austin? I mean,
No.
I think
I had to bring it in my truck to get its tires rotated the other day, and I tell you, the last thing I wanted to do was do it myself.
do it. And I like what a degree in entrepreneurship and sustainability. I mean, that's pretty impressive, guy. To think that you went through there. Got a couple of minutes there, Austin. Talk about going to Lake Fork. Ron Wong mentioned it earlier. The wrap-up thing at the Texas Feast. Talk about that as you try to wrap up this year.
Yeah, like I said, it's coming down to the wire. It's going to come down to this last tournament. There's myself, Mullins, and Clark Wendlet are all real close there for AOI, and I haven't spent any time on Fork. Never been there before, but I got a bit of a game plan together. I'm sure it'll change as the practice goes on, but I'm just going to try to keep an open mind and put my head down. I've never been to Santee Cooper before, and that one worked out good. And,
yes, yeah.
You know, it's just we just got to catch them better than everybody else, and that's the plan.
Well,
do whatever we need to do.
That's a pretty good plan to catch them better than everybody else out there. Again, this is Austin Felix. Austin, I was looking at this thing. We close out. You've been in 23 tournaments, the last I heard, in the money 17 times. That would probably win you a few Major League batting titles right there. So you got it correct and everything. We wish you nothing but success, buddy. We'll stay in touch and look forward to talking to you down the road again. Look him up. He's a sleepy assassin. He's got his pajamas on. I mean, Austin, you're ruining. I don't know if you're going to come out with your own wardrobe section now. You're going to be selling apparel now. So
I don't know.
That hadn't come to you.
I don't know if I'm there left yet.
You hadn't gone that far yet. Okay, buddy. Thank you. Try to stay warm in Minnesota. Okay, we'll talk to you down the road.
Larry.
Thank you very much.
Congrats on 500.
See you down the road, buddy.
Thank you too. All right, let's take a break. Austin Felix has been with us, and let's come right back. We're switching to Major League Fishing with John Acosta on Outdoors with Larry Ray.